Well, the Boxing Day weather starting off looking for the leaders, Charlie Dallin and Johan Richon, quite close once again. There was only about 10 miles between them this morning. They're coming across the axis of this high pressure system. They've had quite light winds. They should start to emerge out of that this evening. Meantime, Sebastian Simon down and probably working to a more westerly route round the Falklands, perhaps. But the main thing we're focusing on is this passage through the top of this high pressure system into the easterly breeze, and they have this low pressure evolving just to their north, and so they're routing around, trying not to get too close to the centre of that, but still staying very close between the two leaders. And then this high pressure zone emerging just in front of them, so working out to the east there. But really generally quite a number of transitions to manage for the two leaders, but generally quite good conditions for them going north. We're seeing the temperatures rising for them all the time, and by Sunday they should be off Rio and into shorts and t-shirts weather. Anyway, so that's the situation for the leaders. Now looking at the boats coming into Cape Horn. We have Thomas Rion coming in with, he's probably going to have the best conditions in this northwesterly wind just now, 20-25 knots. This low pressure building for the boats behind, so watching their routing. Should be tomorrow later on in the day for Thomas. In the second half of the day, certainly coming around quite close, but this watching this system coming in behind, bringing 40-45 knots for the group behind. So quite tough conditions for them, and then the big transition as they come out of Cape Horn into the Atlantic should improve fairly quickly for them, but quite big conditions for them coming in to the Horn, as I say, in 40-45 knots and quite big seas. Meantime, looking at this situation for the boats further to the back, the boats south of Tasmania, obviously Sydney-Hobart race going on just now, this southerly buster we call this, a big low pressure system which is coming down the Tasman Sea. We've got Ollie here and Antoine Corniche. They've got the two sailors who've got the biggest problem with this big low, 40-45 knots for them as well, and quite an active system. Meantime, quick look at Conrad Coleman here, going quite nicely in the just to the south of his native New Zealand, but generally the conditions not too bad for them, but this low moving through for them in the next few days. But say looking at the front, all good. That big low for the second half of the fleet, or the back half of the fleet, is pretty tricky.